Life can mean a mumbo jumble of things. Life is abundance, everything and nothing exists. I may sound like a philosopher, but if you are aware, you would understand me. The good news is we get to choose how we show up in this world. As human beings, we're way too complicated for you to think that you are normal. For a people who do not even scientifically have a proper explanation as to where we come from,
A big bang.
how come you believe that you are just normal, average, and there's nothing special about you?
I'm just plain Jane Harbour.
How would you believe that? If you followed me for a couple of months now, you'd know that I had worked a 9 to 5 and I had worked in the club. Both jobs of which stressed the living daylights of me and took way too much out of me than it was given to me. And I ended up drained and in a very dark place. I wasn't aligned in those environments. What's the point of reaching the land flowing with milk and honey and getting all the honey? If at that point you lose every beautiful thing that you love. My goal is to build a quality life where I wake up every day and I feel happy and fulfilled and grateful. I'm still arranging my life in this phase that I am in right now. And it hasn't been a straight road. It's a very shaky process. It has been a very shaky process. But I'm so optimistic. In this phase that I have reached right now, I feel great. I think I can say that I have finally seen the lights at the end of this tunnel that I have been working on. I am seeing the light and I'm walking towards it and my hand is reaching it. And I am so excited. I am so excited because I know it can only get better from here on. So, if you are into living an intentional life, authentic to who you are, welcome. This is where you belong. Watch this video because you would love it. I promise you. If you're a deep person, deep, reaching out to deep, welcome. I'm going to be sharing with you a step-by-step process on everything I have done in this period that's helped me to see the light and reach this period of inner peace.
Inner peace.
That I am so grateful that I'm experiencing right now. I had to, and you should too, redefine life for yourself. Healing starts with God and then you. At this point, you can take down your pen and your journal and take down notes if you please, if you want to, because we're getting deep. The first step in redefining life for yourself, number 1, would be to know God for yourself and know who God says that you are. This point goes hand in hand. In knowing God, who is your creator, you are better fortified to live this life that we are on. You are better fortified to move on a day-to-day basis in this world. We really believe that we're living a physical life. That is so funny. If you really do believe that. We are first spiritual beings, having a human experience. That is who you are. You are made in the image and likeness of God. So it is even no-brainer for you to know that you have to go back to your maker to find your manual and find the script that you're supposed to use to live this life in the way that he has called you to. Because if you take yourself out of your own life source and the directions of your own maker, you'll be confused. No wonder you'll be lost. Very lost. I'm going to put on some scriptures in the description that you can actually look at. Some scriptures that tell you who God says that you are. Not to make this video so long, I'm going to move on to the second step and I'm just going to brief through each step. So, the second step in redefining life for yourself would be to know who you are. So first of all, you know who God says you are, and then you try your best to know who you are. In this step, there's certain questions you have to start asking yourself. You have to start observing yourself. You have to start trying to spend more time with yourself. You have to start observing your own thought patterns. Ask yourself why you do the things that you do, the things you like to do and the things you do not like to do. You can as well search up shadow work, and you're going to see some prompts, a lot of prompts. Try Pinterest, the app called Pinterest. You'll see a lot of prompts that will most likely help you. So if you see a question that resonates with you or hits your heart deep or your soul, ask yourself that question. Sit down with your pen and paper and journal, trying to get to know yourself. I would also keep some questions in the description as well that would help with the second point, just for you. The third point would be to get comfortable with yourself. So while you're in this process of getting to know yourself, you're going to find out some things that you're not going to feel ecstatic about. You're not going to feel ecstatic about it at all. You're going to discover some things about your own self that you're probably going to hate, that you're going to beat yourself up about. Or do you really wish this is not you?
I agree, I'm flawed.
But the mindset you should take with you on this step is acceptance. Look at it for what it is. Simply look at it for what it is. At this phase that you are studying yourself right now, this is who you are. Flaws and all. Moving on, step 4. That leads us to step 4. Do not accept yourself as you are. Flaws and all. Do not do it.
No agree at all.
I know people say, accept yourself for who you are, yada, 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 yada. Yeah, accept that period, of what you see in yourself in that phase. It's okay, that's what you have to work with. So you have to, accept that is it. But don't accept it in a way that you are, proud of it. That way does not lead to growth. That path does not lead to growth or change or any difference. No, you're not accepting yourself, flaws and all, because you want to build your dream life, right? You want to live intentionally. There's a quality of life that you imagine yourself having and that you want for yourself. You too have personal expectations for who you are and who God has created you to be. Because whilst you've gotten to know yourself through the eyes of God, now you see how you should live your life. Now you see how much improvement you really do need to make. So why would you accept yourself flaws and all? This point is an encouragement for you to have the mindset of growth, for you to have the mindset of improving on yourself, on who you are. Leading on to step 5, you understand step 4. Step 5. Imagine your dream self and your dream life in precise detail. Every point, put it out. What time do you want to wake up? What type of meals do you want to be eating? How happy do you want to be? How do you want the world to perceive you? Ask the tiniest questions. Feel the tiniest of details. How do you want to show up in this world? How do you want to dress? How do you want to look? How do you want to talk? How do you want to respond in times of anger? Do you want to keep losing your cool like you would normally do? Or do you want to learn how to be calmer and how to actually handle difficult situations better? All these details matter. What type of hobbies would you love to have? How would you want to spend your day? If you would close your eyes and you had like your dream day, what would your dream day look like? In precise detail, imagine your dream self and your dream life. 6, and this is the last step. Strive to be a better version of yourself every day. Other human beings are not your competitions. I promise you, they're not your competitions. Human beings in this world exist so that you would have relationships. Human beings are relational beings. We're not built to be alone. We're built to live in community, to have society. Human beings are not your competition. And human beings are also placed on this earth to help you. So you now decide and become competing with somebody that's supposed to be your helper. Why?
Why?
In this social media age, you would sit down as a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, and you want to look like somebody that is posting pictures and living a certain lifestyle as a 32-year-old. Somebody that's supposed to help you, someone you're supposed to learn from, somebody you're supposed to use as a model for your growth, you see as competition. How would you grow that way? You would not. So the only competition you should truly have is yourself. Is the version of yourself that you were yesterday. That is the one you should be competing with, not any other human being. Still under this point 6, Jesus is a beautiful example for us all. Jesus came to die on this earth to give us salvation. And Jesus lived this human experience. He didn't just ask us to live life in a particular type of way. He came down here and served as a model for us to actually follow, for us to see how we can live our life. Jesus was fully human. There was a time Jesus got angry in the temple. Throughout tables, he experienced anger. Human emotions. There were times Jesus was tempted even by the devil. Human things happened to him. There were times Jesus was betrayed by his own friends, his own disciples.
Betrayed.
And even when life became hard for Jesus, he wept. He asked for a cup to pass over him. Jesus is an example for us all. He was totally human. He brought himself down to do that for you, to show you that you can actually do this life thing a different type of way, with impact. In some little ways throughout this video, I made some points that will still relate to these points, you're striving to be a better version of yourself. Now, whilst you have imagined your dream life, which is in point 5, the hobbies that you want to do, how you want to live your life, now take action. It's not a straight line. You will fall. There's things you want to change about yourself. Change does not happen in one day, because look, you were in these old habits for years of your life, so you do not expect them to change overnight. So in this process, try your best to take it easy on yourself. Show yourself grace. It's not an easy path, I'm not going to lie to you, but the Holy Spirit can help you, and the Holy Spirit will help you. It's a process. You cannot do it in the world. You cannot do it when you're part of the world. It's not even possible. You cannot do it in your flesh. You do not have that power. You don't. That's why Jesus came to show you the way. So better follow him. Yes, better follow him and learn from him. And maybe try joining communities. Try going to church more. Try having friends that uplift you and will support you, and would actually help you whilst you're trying to change and build this dream life of yours, and whilst you're trying to really redefine your life and live more intentionally and live deeper. Don't forget some pillars: your relationships with yourself, your family, and your friends. These are very important roots and pillars that you have as a human being. Don't forget these pillars as well. In those areas, try to be better in the way you show up in those relationships. That's all. So far, so good. These are the steps that are helping me in my own journey, in my own path to rediscovering myself. Maybe 1 point or 2. I hope it helps you too. And I hope you experience that light that you deeply desire. And this helps you live more intentionally.